Stand up for your country. But why? Why stand up for your country? That's what millions of people are asking. And here is their thinking. My country let me down. I voted and fraud possibly negated my vote. And no one will right the wrong. So why should I stand up for my country? Well, my answer is simple because I am a simple man, as you know. If you do not stand up, the place that has provided you with so many good things will vanish. The forces of evil are approaching the gate. And I think the majority of Americans recognize that evil. The question is, will they continue to support freedom and justice, or will they surrender to election controversy and walk away? So let's run it down. I hope you respect the accuracy of our analysis and reporting. While most in the media were trying to mislead you, we did not. Even when some viewers got angry with me. Now, I submit, no news organization covered the election better than we have, and we can prove it. Almost everything I told you came true. As I laid out, COVID badly damaged President Trump, more than anyone could imagine, because it led to the mail-in votes. But in spite of that horror, and possibly that corruption, President Trump achieved 74 million votes. So if you supported Mr. Trump, you have a lot of company. But as we told you last week, the Supreme Court was not going to overturn the vote. Only incontrovertible evidence, incontrovertible, of massive cheating could force the justices to do that. And there was not enough time to gather the amount of evidence needed, especially with some states and almost the entire National Press Corps hindering any thorough investigation. That's corruption, by the way. Now, the truth is that every loyal American, everyone, including Joe Biden, should want to know the facts about alleged cheating in the election of 2020. If you do not want to know exactly what happened in places like Philadelphia and Atlanta, you're a bad citizen, period. Therefore, Attorney General Barr must appoint a special counsel to examine allegations of fraud. The country needs to see forensics on suspect voting machines, as well as analytics on suspicious write-in ballot results. Those who corrupted this election, I believe there are, well, I'm not going to put a number on it, but there are many people. They need to go to prison. And what they did has to be exposed, so it will never happen again. If Attorney General Barr does not appoint a special counsel, I will lose all respect for him. In addition, Congress has to pass a law called the Fair Election Standards Act that requires each state to obey certain rules, especially about counting mail-in ballots. We have to have standards. We can't be counting mail-in ballots 6 weeks after the vote. We simply cannot continue with the chaos we just witnessed. It is far too easy to corrupt the mail-in voting process, and those who deny that are liars. Unfortunately, I do not expect the upcoming Congress to pass such a law. Pelosi would surely oppose it. But if Republicans take the House in 2 years, that bill should be first up. Now let's get back to standing up for your country. Glenn Beck asked me on Friday what options are available for Americans furious about alleged election fraud. I told Beck there are few. You could move to another country. I have a friend living in the Caymans who likes it down there, also one in Switzerland who is thriving. You could become a traitor, like the looters, and try to hurt your country. Or you can just accept that. The USA is not always a fair or just place. I think most of us have experienced gross injustice in our lives. I know I have. But I still love my country, and I'm trying to make it better. When Senator Mitch McConnell killed Kate's Law for no reason, I was livid, but helpless, because the Senate was blocked from voting on a bill, and I couldn't do nothing. And I could do nothing, I should say. Now, we don't want to use double negatives here. And I could do nothing to protect innocent Americans like Kate Steinle from violent, illegal alien predators. I was so frustrated and angry because the Senate was not able to vote on this bill because some powerful politicians like McConnell didn't care about righting a deadly wrong. But then I remember that 44 out of 50 states passed a version of Jessica's Law, where convicted child abusers were punished at a much higher level. That was largely due to us mobilizing you to petition your state legislatures. So the system worked there, but did not work for the Steinle family and thousands of others who are victims of insane immigration policies. So do we walk away because America did not protect Kate? Same thing with the Catholic Church. No question it has lost moral authority due to corrupt and evil clerics who harm children. Do you walk away? I didn't, because my belief is based on Catholic theology, which, followed correctly, makes human beings better. I don't care a whit about the men who run the church. I'm partially responsible for getting Cardinal Law of Boston kicked out of this country. Some church leaders are good, some are bad. I don't care about them. God will deal with them. Same thing in the USA. Some in power are good, some are bad. Right now, the bad people seem to have some momentum, largely because of the corrupt media, which technology has empowered to a frightening degree. Yes, I acknowledge the corruption in America, but we still are living in the best place, the country that offers the most opportunity to the most people on the planet. So I'm going to continue to stand up for that promise. And while I'm on my feet, I'm going to fight like hell against the people who are trying to destroy our system, like those who cheated in the election and those who enabled them. That's my obligation as a loyal American. It's my obligation for being born in a country where I was free to develop my talent and achieve success. From a working class environment, I seize the opportunity that does not exist in most other countries. I know America. I reported on it for nearly 50 years. I believe firmly it is still worth standing up for. And even in the face of defeat and corruption, I will never kneel, ever.